Going on? It's your boy Yo Scruggs, OS Sports Podcast. Let's talk about it. Once again, I had a sports topic for you, but then there's so much going on in the world, and sports still hasn't really officially kicked back off. You know, the training camp and everything is starting up now, but I wanted to talk about a more pressing issue before, I get back into my sports videos. So, I guess one of the big stories, and this is more of a fun story. We got so much serious stuff going on in this world. I guess this is good to have some fun stuff to laugh at, or at least it's fun for us to laugh at. Can't say the same thing for everybody involved. But it came out being that it's July and about to be August. Your boy August Alsina, R&B sensation. To be honest, I remember August Alsina. Not that I knew his music like that, I just knew who he was. I remember everybody a few years ago when he came, everybody was saying he was the new Trey Songz. And then he just disappeared, at least to my knowledge. I stopped hearing about him. And I think I vaguely heard something about him and Jada a few years ago. And now this pops back up where he comes out and says that he was involved in a relationship with Jada. And then, of course, Jada, Pinkett Smith, Will Smith's wife, if you don't know, addressed it on the Red Table Talk and said they were in an entanglement, which is the new word, I guess, that you use when you don't want to say you cheating on an open relationship or you fucking somebody. You say, I'm in an entanglement, which to me sounds like phone cords getting tied up with your headphones. And this is an entanglement to me. But anyway, I guess a penis and a vagina entangle when throw up gang signs and everything, whatever. So anyway, so that made me think about my experience with an open marriage. Now, I'm not married, so I wasn't the person in the marriage, but I did have, I guess what you could say, a one night stand entanglement with somebody that was in an open marriage. So I'll run you through the story of what happened. So if you don't know, I'm a stand-up comic. So I did a show. This is a long time ago. This may be, this may be about 7 years ago, 6 or 7. Yeah, it's probably about 7 years ago. And so maybe not even that long ago. I think it was. So I did a show, and it's common that if you're a comic or performer or band, it's common for after shows people to come up to you and say, hey, I liked your performance, or ask you questions about the show, or hey, I like this joke you did, or I like that song you played. That's commonplace. There's nothing abnormal. So I did this show, and I remember I'm in the back. I'm in the green room. And after the show ended, I was still in the back in the green room for about another 20 minutes after the show ended. Now, usually by that time, the crowd is already funneled out into the lobby or left the building, once the show ends. And the place I was at, the club I was at, pretty much shuts down once the show ends. It's no like after party spot inside the actual comedy spot. So I come from the green room and I come back out, and there's a lady still sitting out in the audience. Like, the show is over, everybody's gone. There's a few people, waitresses cleaning up, a couple comics, scattered around. But there's a lady sitting there. As soon as I come out this green room, and she's a good, 20 yards across from me. She's on the other side of the room. As soon as I come out, she just locks eyes with me like, So I'm like, oh, okay. So as I'm walking, because I got to walk past her to leave out the showroom, she stops me and she says, hey, you were funny. I enjoyed your comedy. I was like, all right, cool. You hear that a million times when you're performing. Nothing, no big deal. She said, and she was like, so what you about to do now? I'm like, oh, okay. Like, nothing, go home, I guess. And she was like, can I buy you a drink? So I was like, cool. So again, the comedy club is shutting down. So we gotta leave and go somewhere else to get this drink. But I don't have anything to do, single man. I was like, all right, cool, let's go. All right, you gonna buy me a drink? Cool, I don't even really drink like that. But sometimes just off the strength of somebody appreciating your talent and your skill and your hard work, they want to offer you a drink or something. You'll say, all right, I'll take it. But I do drink, so I was gonna take the drink anyway. So I remember we left out and we walked a few blocks away to this bar nearby. And right before we go in the bar, she says, well, I gotta tell you something. So I was, all right, what's up? And she was like, I'm married, but I'm in an open marriage. Now, to be honest, I had heard the term open marriage before, but I wasn't exactly sure what that meant. I mean, I knew what it meant, but I wasn't exactly sure like the details of how people work an open marriage, because it's not something I've ever, I've never been married, never been involved with anybody in an open marriage. So, she was like, and me and my husband have a system, we have an understanding. So she said, basically, what I have, she said, I want to, I want to buy you a drink and see where things go. So I'm like, all right. But then the other side of me is like, yeah, but you married, open marriage or not. Like, yeah, that's bad karma. That ain't my style. I don't even like messing with a chick that got just a boyfriend or just talking to somebody. I usually stay clear of that. Because I don't like that karma to come back on me. And I just don't like sharing. I don't want to share women, to be honest. So I don't want to knowingly share women. I'm sure I have shared women, vagina, whatever you want to call it, unknowingly. But knowingly, I don't want to do that. So anyway, so I was all right. At this point, she was I got to call my husband and I got to let him know that I'm getting drinks with you. That's how we do it. As long as we let the other one know what we're doing, it's okay. So I'm like, all right. So at this point, I'm still thinking, all right, we just she's gonna buy me a drink or two, and, dap it up, and we gonna be out. I'm just gonna grab a free drink, kill some time, because I ain't got nothing else to do. So she calls. This is so weird. She calls her husband, puts him on speakerphone. I'm making none of this up. She calls her husband, puts him on speakerphone, and says, "Hey, the comedy show is over. One of the comics is cute. He's funny. And I'm buying him a drink. His name is Omar." And the husband on the phone was like, "Hey, how you doing, Omar?" And I'm like, hey, you know what I'm saying? Like, what? So she calls, like, so he's all right, be safe. I'll see you when you get home, whatever. So I'm like, all right, it's weird, but okay, I'm just getting some drinks. I ain't tripping. So we go in the bar, and I actually got way drunker. Like, I'm not a drinker, so I got much more drunk than I expected to. Like, it kind of just snuck up on me. So then she says to me, well, we could go back to your place if you want to do something. So I'm drunk as hell. It's like 2:00 in the morning. I'm like, and I'm still thinking about, your husband was just on the phone co-signing you being with me. Like, this is the weirdest shit ever. So I was like, I was iffy. I was like, I don't know what to do. But this is where the story turned, and sometimes you feel like some stuff is just meant to happen. So I kind of was like, let's walk to your car. I was like, we had to walk into a car. Car was in the garage. I was like, let's walk into your car. I guess we'll just talk on the way. So we get back to the garage. The garage is closed. It's like a street garage that you pay to park your car in. So the garage is closed down. It's not opening back up till like 6 a.m. the next morning. So she's assed out, stuck there unless she want to take a cab. And this before like Uber and all that. Uber wasn't around yet. So unless she wanted to take a cab or ride with me, it was no way she was getting home because my car was parked on the street, so I was good. So luckily, for her at least, well, for me, I guess, in the end, but she lived near me. So I was like, all right, well, what I can do is I'll just give you a ride to your house. And, in the morning, you do whatever you want to do to get your car, but I'll give you a ride home. So she was like, cool. So driving her home, and on the ride home, I forget what she said. First of all, I shouldn't have been drinking and driving. Let me put it out there right now. But some time had passed, like maybe 40 minutes. I was like a little bit clear enough. So I drove towards her house, which I have to pass my apartment at the time in order to get to her house. So on the way there, I guess the alcohol, and she talking me into it. She rubbing on my leg, rubbing on my penis while I'm driving, all types of crazy shit. So we get back to we go to my apartment. We have my apartment, whatever. And this is where it really gets interesting. So she says to me, all right, we gonna have sex, but there's a couple things that it's a certain way it gotta be done because I'm married and I'm in an open relationship. I'm in an open marriage. So I'm gonna do it, but there's certain ways we have to do it. Number one, I'm not making this up. Number one, she said, if I give you head, it gotta be with a condom. So I'm like, all right, cool. I ain't got no problem with that. Safe for both of us. Cool. Number two thing she said was what really got me. I'm not making this up. She said, we can't have vaginal sex. Vaginal sex is only for my husband. She said, so we can only do anal sex. I bullshit you not. She said, we do anal. I'm like, yo, you gotta be, you tripping. I know you ain't just telling me we can have sex, but it gotta be anal sex. So I'm like, fuck it. You only live once. What I got to do? I mean, it ain't my wife. You know what I mean? But it gets even better. So she was like, well, do you have any like lube, KY, anything like that? I was like, nah, I don't have like KY. Like, I'm not usually waiting around to have anal sex. You know what I mean? So she's like, all right, well, you got any canola oil or vegetable oil? And I was like, yeah, we gonna cook now. We gonna make some French fries. You know, you want me to cook up a hamburger? Like, what's up? And she was like, no, you can use vegetable oil, canola oil, olive oil. You can use that as a lubricant. And she was like, and it also has like some type of enzymes or something in it where it can help fight off bacteria. So I'm so like re-drunk now all of a sudden, and I'm like, yo, did this lady really just tell me I can have sex with her, but it gotta be anal, and I gotta do it with vegetable oil? I'm like, I must be in the Twilight Zone. There's no way this is really happening. I was just on stage like, 3 hours ago telling jokes at having a regular day. Now here I am. So I went and got some vegetable oil and I did it to her in the butt. Finished up, drove her home, never seen the lady again. So I don't know what's the craziest part of that story, that I met somebody that was in an open marriage, or the fact that I found out you could use vegetable oil as a lubricant for anal sex. It's a completely true story. And I'll just never forget maybe the weirdest part of the whole night. If you didn't think it'd get any weirder, this is the weirdest part of the whole night. So I take her back to her house. At this point, it's like 4 o'clock in the morning. She lived out in the suburbs, like, cause where I was living at was inside the city, but you know, if you drive like 10, 15 minutes, you're in the suburb. So I drove her back to her house. She got on this like little suburb cut. As I'm dropping her off and she's getting out the car, the light above her house door comes on, and the door opens up because she called her husband as I was driving home to let her husband know that she was on her way. He opens up the door as she's getting out the car, walking towards the door, and he waves to me, all right, Omar, take it easy. Thanks for bringing her home. And they go in the house, and like, that was it. I'm like, did the husband really come out the house and wave to the dude that just ass fucked his wife? It's really happened. I'm not making none of this up. He waved, hey, all right, Omar, thanks for bringing her home. Take it easy, you know what I'm saying? I beeped the horn, like, beep, beep, like, yo, like, oh my God, you can't make this up. So that was my experience with open marriage. So anybody out there, leave a comment, hit the like button. Let me know if you're in an open marriage, if you've ever done anything with somebody in an open marriage. Did your open marriage experience with somebody go the way mine went? And also, what is the difference between an open marriage and swingers? That's another thing I'm a little confused on. I would never ever in a million years be in an open marriage. I want to be in an open marriage. I want to be in an open relationship. No open nothing. We together monogamously or not at all. So, and even to this day, I still feel bad that I smashed another dude's wife. But I feel like they damn near encouraged me to do it. Kind of feel dirty now. But anyway, it's your boy Yo Scrubs. Hit the like button, leave a comment, let me know your story. I'm out. Peace.